Thank you. Question 9, Neil Bibby.
To ask the Scottish Executive what progress it is making in meeting its targets for reducing emissions by 2020.
Minister Stewart Stevenson.
Latest available data shows that Scotland's emission had fallen by 2/3 from 1990, and that's ahead of the targets for 2010, 2011 and 2012, and relate to 2009. In March 2011, the Government published its first statutory report on proposals and policies. We plan to publish a second report on proposals and policies in 2012, which will set out the path for delivery of emission reduction target for the period 2023 to 27, and we will refine the policies detailed in the first RPP and continue to develop proposals.
Neil Bibby, as briefly as possible, please.
Thank the Minister for that answer. The Minister will be aware of the report by the Independent Committee on Climate Change, which has questioned whether these targets will be met, and the point that it's likely that emissions rose in 2010. What effect will the recent progress report from the Committee on Climate Change have on future policies and proposals by the Scottish Government?
Minister, briefly too, please.
We had a very encouraging report from the committee, and of course it highlighted what we already knew in the nature of the challenges. Perhaps just identifying one thing that's happened in the recent past which will be particularly relevant for Scotland. At Durban we had agreement that the Kyoto Protocol would change in respect of peatlands. We will now be able to incorporate in our numbers work on re-wetting peatlands and any work that has happened since 1990. And given that we have a huge proportion of Europe's peatlands and are already investing money in re-wetting peatlands in the north of Scotland, that's a very helpful addition to the range of interventions that we have and can take credit for. Presiding Officer.